Who are the indigenous people of Netherlands? Every nation has its narrative, woven into the fabric of history with threads of triumph, struggle, and the relentless march of time. Today, we turn the pages back to the very beginning of one such nation, known for its iconic windmills, serene canals, and fields of tulips swaying in the breeze. But beyond these postcard images lies a story seldom told, a history etched into the very soil of the land and the heart of its people. This is the story of the Netherlands, a tale not just of a country, but of its first inhabitants, whose legacy is as enduring as the North Sea's tides. In a land where the sea meets the sky, where the modern world seems to dance in harmony with nature, the echoes of the past call out to us. The Netherlands, a country at the forefront of innovation, has not forgotten its roots that stretch deep into the annals of time, to the indigenous tribes who first called this place home. These were the people who stood firm against the encroaching seas, who harnessed the winds to power their mills, and who laid the foundations of a society that would one day captivate the world with its art, its spirit, and its relentless pursuit of freedom. As we embark on this journey together, let us cast aside the familiar narratives and delve into the untold chapters of the Netherlands' history. Let us discover the indigenous people who shaped this land, whose stories are as rich and complex as the intricate patterns of a Delft blue tile. Join me, as we uncover the true origins of the Netherlands, and pay homage to the enduring spirit of its first peoples. In the shadow of time, long before the written word, the land we now call the Netherlands was a wild tapestry of forests and marshes. It was here, in the Mesolithic era, that the earliest known inhabitants roamed. These hunter-gatherers were the original architects of survival in this verdant realm. With the mastery of fire and a deep knowledge of the land, these nomadic tribes thrived. They fashioned tools from stone and bone, hunted wild beasts, and foraged the bounties of nature. Theirs was a life in constant motion, following the rhythms of the seasons and the migration of game. As the millennia passed, a profound transformation took root. The hunter-gatherers gave way to the first farmers of the Neolithic era. These pioneers of agriculture sowed the seeds of a new age, trading the uncertainty of the hunt for the steadfastness of the harvest. In the embrace of the Neolithic, a monumental legacy was carved into the earth, the honeybedden. These dolmens, megalithic tombs built by the funnel-beaker culture, stand as silent sentinels of history. Massive stones, transported from distant lands by glacier, were erected by these early farmers, a testament to their ingenuity and reverence for the departed. Each stone, each chamber, tells a story of life and death, of communities bound by the land and the cycles of nature. The honeybedden are not mere graves, they are bridges to our past, connecting us to the first chapters of the Dutch saga. As the mists of time recede, we encounter the Germanic tribes, whose indelible mark on the Netherlands still resonates through the ages. Among them, the Frisians, Batavians, and Canaan stand out, each contributing uniquely to the fabric of this land. The Frisians, known as boat masters, navigated the challenging North Sea, their mastery over the waves as legendary as their democratic assemblies, known as Thing. They carved out a life on the coastal marshlands, creating intricate water systems that reclaimed land from the sea, a precursor to the iconic Dutch polders. The Batavians, a tribe of unparalleled valor, were renowned for their military prowess. As allies of Rome, they served as elite auxiliaries, their cavalry charging through the battlefields of ancient Britannia. In times of peace, they were master engineers, their contributions to the Roman fortifications along the Rhine a testament to their skill. The Canaan-Fates, whose name echoes boat masters, were a tribe intertwined with the Batavians, sharing the Rhine Delta's fertile lands. They too would rise in rebellion against Rome, their chieftain Bruno embodying their fierce spirit. The capital of their civitors, Forum Hadriani, now modern Voorburg, was a center of culture and trade in Roman times. The Roman influence in the Netherlands was profound, their rule lasting around 450 years. They brought with them the might of their empire, establishing towns, fortifying borders, and integrating the southern part of the Netherlands into the Roman world. The Rhine became a bustling frontier, the limes, guarded by watchtowers and citadels, a symbol of Rome's reach into these northern lands. As the Western Roman Empire waned, a new power emerged, the Franks. From their heartland in the lower Rhine Valley, they forged a confederation of Germanic groups, including the descendants of the Batavians. Their rise would herald the dawn of the Frankish Empire, an entity that would shape the future of Europe and the Netherlands for centuries to come. Amidst the ebb and flow of history's tide, a new force emerged on the horizon, the Vikings. These formidable seafarers from the north set their sights on the coasts of Europe, and the Netherlands would not escape their gaze. The Viking raids began as swift and brutal assaults. Monasteries and villages along the North Sea coast fell prey to their dragon-headed longships. The Frisian lands, known for their wealth and trade, became a focal point for these incursions. The Vikings, led by the Haraldsson family, carved a path of influence through the region, their presence felt deeply in the emerging Dutch culture. But the story of the Vikings is not solely one of plunder and conquest. Beyond the raids, there was settlement, integration, and exchange. The Vikings established themselves in Frisia, primarily during the 9th century, intertwining their fate with the local populace. Their legacy is a tapestry of cultural fusion, language, craftsmanship, and even genetics bear the imprint of the Norse. The common ancestry shared with the Scandinavian people connects the Germanic cultures and languages we know today, including the Dutch. Though many Vikings were eventually driven from the land, their cultural footprint remained. The Nordic impact suggests that the Viking raids did more than just pillage, they reshaped the genetic and cultural landscape of the Netherlands, leaving a mark that endures in the Dutch identity to this day. The Middle Ages, a crucible of change, saw the Netherlands transform from a land of scattered tribes to a nexus of commerce and culture. As the feudal age dawned, the seeds of urbanization were sown, and with them, the rise of cities that would chart the course of Dutch destiny. In the heart of this transformation was trade. The Netherlands, cradled by the North Sea, became a hub of maritime commerce. Cities like Amsterdam, Utrecht, and Maastricht burgeoned, their markets teeming with goods from far and wide. Dorstad, once a mere Roman fortress, flourished into a trading behemoth, its docks a tapestry of diverse wares and even more diverse tongues. It was during this era that the Hanseatic League emerged, a confederation of merchant guilds and market towns that would leave an indelible mark on Dutch identity. This league, founded to protect mutual trading interests, dominated the commercial activity of Northern Europe from the 13th to the 15th century. The Hanseatic League's influence was profound. It quelled pirates and brigands, fostered safe navigation, and most importantly, it sought to organize and control trade. Dutch cities, aligning with the League, enjoyed privileges and monopolies that propelled them into economic prominence. Through the League, the Netherlands found strength in unity. The Dutch merchants, once rivals, now stood together, their combined might a bulwark against the tempests of politics and the caprices of the sea. The Hanseatic spirit, a blend of cooperation, resilience, and shrewd negotiation, became a cornerstone of the Dutch character. As the Middle Ages waned, the legacy of the Hanseatic League endured. The foundations laid by this alliance of cities and merchants would echo through the centuries, shaping the Netherlands into a land not just of beauty, but of unwavering enterprise and enduring camaraderie. The Age of Exploration, a time when the world expanded beyond the known horizons, and the Netherlands was at the heart of this global transformation. The Dutch Golden Age, a period of unprecedented wealth and cultural prosperity, was also an era of exploration and colonization that left an indelible mark on the world. Dutch mariners charted new courses, their compasses pointing towards the promise of riches and resources. The East India Company and the West India Company became the twin engines of Dutch trade, establishing outposts and colonies from the Americas to Asia and Africa. But this age of commerce and conquest was not without its shadows. The Dutch role in the global history was complex, as they became major players in the transatlantic slave trade, transporting countless souls across oceans into bondage. The echoes of these actions continue to resonate, a reminder of a past that must be acknowledged and learned from. The impact of Dutch colonization on indigenous cultures was profound. Cultures were disrupted, traditional practices eroded, and the social fabric of many communities was forever altered. Yet, amidst these challenges, the resilience of indigenous peoples shone through, their stories a testament to the enduring human spirit. As we reflect on the Netherlands' role in global history, we see a nation that has navigated the complexities of power, wealth, and morality. A nation that, in its pursuit of a place on the world stage, has both shaped and been shaped by the currents of history. The legacy of the Dutch Golden Age is twofold, a celebration of human ingenuity and a somber reflection on the costs of empire. It is a chapter in our global story that compels us to look back with both pride and humility, to learn from the past as we forge a path towards a more just and understanding world. As we journey through the annals of history to the present day, we find the Netherlands in a time of reflection and reclamation. The modern era has seen a growing recognition of the importance of preserving indigenous languages and traditions, a vital link to the past and a cornerstone of cultural identity. Efforts to revitalize and promote indigenous languages are underway, with initiatives like the International Decade of Indigenous Languages leading the charge. These endeavors aim to safeguard linguistic diversity and ensure that the voices of the first inhabitants continue to resonate in the Netherlands and beyond. Yet, the path to preservation is not without its challenges. Indigenous groups in the Netherlands face contemporary hurdles, from the struggle for legal recognition of land rights to overcoming negative stereotypes and discrimination. These issues are not just legal or political, they are a matter of identity and existence. Climate change, too, poses a significant threat, as it disrupts the delicate balance of the natural environment upon which many indigenous traditions depend. The loss of biodiversity, the changing landscape, and the pollution of sacred waters all threaten the continuity of ancient knowledge and practices. In the face of these challenges, the resilience of indigenous communities shines brightly. Their efforts to preserve their languages and traditions are not just acts of remembrance but are active assertions of their place in the world today. They remind us that modernity need not mean the erasure of the past but can be an opportunity to embrace the richness of our collective heritage. As the Netherlands looks to the future, it does so with an awareness of its historical tapestry, woven with the threads of many cultures, including those of its indigenous peoples. It is a future that holds the promise of recognition, respect, and the celebration of diversity in all its forms. As our journey through the winding corridors of time comes to a close, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of past and present. We have traversed the verdant landscapes of the Mesolithic era, stood alongside the mighty Germanic tribes, felt the pulse of the Middle Ages, and sailed the tumultuous seas of the age of exploration. We have witnessed the birth of cities, the clash of empires, and the indomitable spirit of the Dutch people. From the ancient Frisians, whose language still whispers the secrets of the sea, to the Batavians, whose valor fortified an empire, each chapter of the Netherlands' indigenous history is a thread in the vibrant tapestry of this nation. The echoes of the Viking longships, the legacy of the Hanseatic League, and the reflections of the Golden Age, all are integral to understanding the rich mosaic that is the Netherlands today. But this journey is more than a mere recounting of events, it is a call to recognize and preserve the heritage that has shaped us. Understanding our history is not simply an academic pursuit, it is a vital act of self-discovery and respect for those who came before us. It is an acknowledgement that the wisdom of the past holds the keys to our future. Preserving indigenous heritage is not just about safeguarding artifacts or conserving sites, it is about keeping alive the languages, traditions, and worldviews that form our collective human legacy. It is a commitment to ensuring that the unique knowledge and rich perspectives of indigenous peoples continue to enrich our global community. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons of history, the resilience of cultures, and the enduring power of our shared heritage. Let us embrace the diversity that defines us and the common humanity that unites us. For in understanding and preserving our past, we forge a future that honors all peoples and all stories.